This is Awkward Occurrence or Awkward Entertainment. So I'm going to be getting into Cleo Smith and her abductor, Terance Kelly Darrow. So recently, the Daily Mail interviewed a friend of the family, a friend of Terance Kelly's family. Mr. Kelly lived alone in his grandmother's old house. She passed away in 2020. Now, I believe in his childhood, he had a somewhat traumatic upbringing, being that he is an indigenous person. But his upbringing was traumatic, I believe, because he was taken away from his mother. I believe so, but let me double check on that statement. I will get back to you guys in a later video on that. But let's get into this video. So the friend of the family states, Cleo Smith, Terance Kelly doesn't have the know-how to pull off an abduction. So let's play this video and I will commentate throughout. And she goes on to say he wouldn't be because he hasn't got the know-how to do things. Her name is Barbara Graham, Miss Graham. She states he doesn't have the capacity and he had to have assistance. Kind of like saying he's rhetorical, which is an insult, to be honest. It's insulting his intelligence. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to kidnap somebody. They throw together a sinister plan. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. It's like ABC 1, 2, 3. It's to some people it's easier than 1, 2, 3 because some people can't count.
There would be, because he haven't got the know-how about to do things. He would have had someone there to show him what to do and where to go and what all these things, you know, because to do things, he would have had someone there to show him what to do and where to go and what all these things, you know, because
So that is an insult to me, but it doesn't take a genius to go to a beach, look around at kids, adults, see who you want to kidnap, and go do it. I don't understand why he would have an accomplice in this, or why she would say he is, I guess, mentally retarded, has a low IQ. That's what she's saying. That's the gist of it. Let's just get more into this case. I'll come back to the statement she made. Now, little Cleo Smith is being interviewed 20 minutes at a time by detectives just to limit further trauma. She plays with colored pencils while she talks to these detectives and goes through her 18 days with Mr. Kelly. My thing is, wouldn't it be better to get this done at one time, to interview her once so she doesn't have to go through the ordeal 20 minutes a day over and over? That sounds like torture. For 20 minutes a day, they talk to her, ask her questions. So, of course, they're not telling her, just tell us everything you know, what happened. They're asking her specific questions. Hopefully, they're asking what happened on day 1, day 2, day 3. But 20 minutes a day is not enough. You're still putting her through the ordeal every day by doing these short sessions. If you did 1 hour a day, you'll probably only have to do 30% of the sessions you're doing now. Let's continue. Now, what information did they get out of Cleo so far? She states there was a mysterious woman who would come by the house and brush her hair and I believe dress her. Maybe this mysterious woman gave her a bath too and fed her. So Mr. Kelly wasn't the only one knowing about Cleo Smith. Knowing about Cleo Smith. I wonder what he told this woman. This is my friend's daughter. I'm looking after her while he's in the hospital, while they're on, I'm not going to say vacation because you take your kids on vacation, but I wonder what he told this woman to make her not call the police. Right? Is this woman just as sick and twisted as he is? See, my guess would be he told this woman something to make it not look suspicious of who she was. You know, I'm babysitting. Let's continue. Now, what are police saying about that? Now, West Australia police are tight-lipped over whether there's a second person in the Cleo Smith abduction case. Now, they're tight-lipped about a second person, but they have ruled out talks of a mysterious woman. I don't understand how the talk of mysterious woman has been ruled out if Cleo Smith says there was a woman there who would take care of her, help take care of her. I don't get it. When Mr. Kelly here was arrested, he was coming from, I guess, a bar. I believe they said a bar. He was coming from a bar. He had two women in his SUV when he was pulled over. Two women. They don't identify these two women. They haven't said if one of these women knew Cleo Smith, if they were the person who brushed Cleo Smith's hair, helped take care of Cleo Smith. I figured if this guy could pick up two women, he didn't have to go out and kidnap a little girl to have as a doll he can take care of. He wanted a doll-sized human being to take care of like his brat dolls. Well, if you knew two women, I don't know who the two women are, I don't know their relatives, but if you knew two women, you could have just had kids by one of those women, and you would have had your own life-size brat doll to take care of and love forever and ever. Let's continue. They have ruled out this mysterious woman. Makes no sense, but they haven't ruled out a second person in the abduction. That ties into the friend of the family saying Mr. Kelly couldn't have done this by himself. Like why would another woman want to help a man kidnap a child? Now, I understand you can have sick, deranged couples out there. You can have psycho couples out there. That's not unheard of, but really, in this case, really? I guess really. Let's see where this script is going to go. All right, just a quick recap. Let's listen to her one more time.
Because he haven't got to know how about to do things. He would have had someone there to show him what to do and where to go and what all these things, you know. Because
All right, quick recap. So there was a person who frequently visits the blowhole. That's where Cleo Smith was kidnapped from. He states multiple times he saw Mr. Kelly at that blowhole site. This was before Cleo Smith was abducted. So to say there was a second person who helped kidnap Cleo, it just doesn't make sense. It seems like Mr. Kelly here was stalking out the place for a while, was checking out the place for a while. He would check out the place, theorize, brainstorm how he would kidnap somebody. And one night, he finally took his chance on the Smith family, went up to their tent while they were asleep, 2 in the morning, a little after 2, took her out the tent, went back to his car, and sped off. That's the story we're being given. At least if you read into the articles, that's the story they're going to tell later on. So did he have to have help to do that? No. Like I said, it doesn't take a genius to do something sinister, to be evil, to commit sin. Doesn't take a genius to come up with those ideas. I mean, he collected brat dolls. He made a Facebook page. He stole a lady's photos and her daughter's photos and pretended that was his family. So if he can do all that using his mind, he can buy brat dolls and work a job. He can think of ways to kidnap a kid on his own. It's a point I'm trying to make. All right, let's continue. Police have ruled out the mysterious woman, even though Cleo Smith says there was a woman there. This woman possibly could be the one who called the police, and this is how they arrested Mr. Kelly. This woman could have been one of the ladies in the car when he was arrested that day that called the police. She maybe got suspicious when she saw Cleo Smith was still at the house. So maybe this is how the story is going to go. This woman saw Cleo Smith at the house. Mr. Kelly told her, "Oh, this is so-and-so, my friend so-and-so, or my family member so-and-so." She was like, all right. This lady did not know that the child was Cleo Smith. So days go by. The lady comes back over. She still sees the child over there. So she gets suspicious. She starts thinking, well, this can't be someone related to Kelly. This girl can't be who he is telling me she is. So maybe she goes online, looks up missing person, or maybe she's watching TV that night and sees the Cleo Smith case, and she says to herself, well, I've seen that girl. That is a girl at Terance Kelly's house. She calls the police. Maybe they set up a sting. They set up a sting operation. Catch him coming from the bar. Goes in the house, finds Cleo. I think that's how this went down. She didn't set him up. She told on him. One of those ladies in the car. All right, anything else I want to add to this? Just that, the only way for them to know she was in that house, someone else had to be in that house and saw Cleo in that house. Someone had to have saw something to say Cleo Smith is at that house with this person. They had to saw something. They had to have seen something. You can't just call the police on a man because he bought diapers. I know one of the neighbors said, I saw Mr. Terance Kelly in the market buying diapers. You can't just call the police and say he has Cleo because he's buying diapers. No. And then they pull him over and bust in his house. Right, okay. Anything else? No. Let's end this out. This is a very awkward occurrence for awkward entertainment. And don't forget to hit up the cash out. That's Raven313, RAYVEN313 at Cash App. Donations of any size is welcome. This has been Awkward Occurrence, Awkward Entertainment, and I will see you in the next video.